Hiya, my name's Charlie and welcome to my channel and welcome to my book haul. So in case you guys don't know and haven't seen, I'll link the video down below. I went to London last week for the lovely Katie Lumsden's book launch of Secrets of Hartwood Hall, which I'll obviously show in a minute. So yeah, and I also went around bookshops with a few bookshops with some other friends slash booktubers, and so yeah, this is what I'm here to show you. Plus also after that I've got my TBR for the Picture This readathon, which I'll talk about after this. So first of all I will show you, so these are the books that I brought. So the first bookshop I went in was the Riverside Bookshop, which is a tiny little independent bookshop opposite London Bridge, which was just wonderful. I did however only buy this bag and this book because it was the first bookshop we went into and I didn't want to be overloaded with books too fast too soon. So we went upstairs and there was like a non-fiction section and there was like loads of little books, and I spotted this one, which is The Democracy of Species by Robin Wall Kimmerer. Robin Wall Kimmerer is most famous for writing Braiding Sweetgrass, which is a sort of nature sort of book, and it's a meditative non-fiction. And in case you guys haven't heard of it and want to check it out, I highly recommend the audiobook version of it because the author herself reads it and it's just gorgeous. So anyway, so as soon as I spotted this, because I love Braiding Sweetgrass so much and that was like a 5-star read, I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to pick this up. This is like a snippety book, like less than 100 pages. And I guess she talks about like similar sort of themes within these pages. So that's that. Then after that, we went to Daunt Books, which is the Cheapside branch of it, because I think there are 3 Daunt Books within London that I know of. Actually, the first book I picked up was Maame, which by Jessica George. This is a book that has been on my sort of wish list for quite a long time. It's like one of my most anticipated releases of this year. This is a book that I was hoping that would be on the Women's Prize long list, but obviously it wasn't. Yeah, and as soon as I spotted it, picked it up, and this is the independent bookshop edition, which I think means it's got like the pink spine. Yeah, and it's just really, really cool and a gorgeous book. This is a contemporary sort of coming of age sort of story, and on the back it says, "Maame needs to find her voice. Everyone needs to hear her story." And yeah, it's just, I'm so excited to read this. And look at these like gorgeous colourful end papers. And look underneath it says, look, see, in my case it means a woman, which I love. So that is all I need to know. Can't wait to read it. Then the second book I picked up was because I saw the lovely Gem from Gemma Books had picked this up, and I'm looking for I was kind of looking for books that I could read imminently, aka in this month. And so when I saw that Gem had picked this up, I thought that this would work perfectly for Trans Girl April, and I recognised the author. This is Transitional by Munroe Bergdorf, and Munroe is an ambassador for the children's charity in the UK, Mermaids, which is a charity that I personally love so much and has actually helped my family immensely. So yeah, it just makes me even more excited to find out a bit more about this and about Munroe's life. I think it says, so I'll read you a quick, like one of the things at the beginning. It says, "Transitioning is an alignment of the invisible and the physical. It is truth rising to the surface. It is one of the most fundamental aspects of the human condition as a part of our experience as conscious beings, no matter who we are." So yeah, I can't wait to read this. So yeah, hopefully try and get that to this soon. So then we went into Waterstones, which obviously the whole reason we were in Waterstones was for the lovely Katie's book launch. So I'll show you, obviously, I've got The Secrets of Hartwood Hall by Katie Lumsden. This is a historical fiction set in 1852 and we follow the lead character of Margaret Lennox. And I guess she's a governess within Hartwood Hall, and yeah, that's all the adventures that go on there. So yeah, I cannot wait to read this. And yeah, meeting Katie in real life was just wonderful. She's just such a sweet person, such a lovely person, as you all see online, but yeah, actually in real life she is also like that. And she obviously signed the book for me as well, which I'm very grateful for. So yeah, if you haven't seen the vlog, check out the vlog below. So one of the next books I got was another non-fiction. I think this is like the fourth non-fiction. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is the fourth. Well, there's another one after this, but yeah, I picked up 4 non-fictions in London. So yeah, this is Don't Let Me Be Lonely, an American lyric by Claudia Rankine. I read another book by Claudia Rankine, which I'll put on screen. And this, I think this was written before the book that I'd subsequently read. And I think this is non-fiction. Claudia Rankine is a poet, I believe, and it's sort of multimedia kind of like situation. And non-fiction was non-fiction. It sort of combines, sort of combats genres, genre defying in a way. And I believe this was written in the aftermath of, in the years not long after 9/11. So I'm guessing there may be some things about that within these pages, which obviously is very hard hitting. Yeah, I'm excited to read this nonetheless. So I want to read more non-fiction this year, and this is my mission, obviously, why I've been picking up more non-fiction. Speaking of non-fiction, I'll show you the last non-fiction I picked up, which is Welcome to Hell, My Trans Teen Misadventure by Lewis Hancock. I believe this is a graphic novel memoir of Lewis's experiences of growing up as a trans teen, and yeah, I think it's sort of a letter to himself. So yeah, and I cannot wait to pick this up. I think a few of us may have picked this up when we were in Waterstones. So yeah, and again, another book for Trans Girl April, which I can read imminently. Which obviously trans books aren't just for April, obviously, but I want to pick up books, like I said, that I can read soon. The last book that I picked up was one that is a sequel to a book that I already love. So this is Like a Curse by Elle Mcnicoll. Elle Mcnicoll is a neurodivergent author, and she writes amazing books. She's probably my favourite children's author, to be honest with you. I've loved every single book that she's ever written. I've given each book, I think, 5 stars. So I read the first book I read of hers was Like a Kind of Spark. Then it was Show Us Who You Are. And the book that comes before this one, which was Like a Charm, featuring a dyspraxic main protagonist. And this book follows on from where Like a Charm left off. So we follow Mcnicoll after the events of the first book, and yeah, I can't say much more than that, but I'm so excited. This is sort of set in Scotland, and it's sort of magical creatures, and yeah, it's really, really exciting. And the fact that it has a dyspraxic main protagonist, which is like myself, it makes me even more excited for it. So yeah, that is my book haul. So this is just super exciting. Now I will go on and show you the books that I have reading for the Picture This readathon, which is a readathon being hosted by the lovely Jack from Spread Book Joy and Shelley from Shelley Sperringen. This readathon is basically, it's designed to promote adults reading picture books, I believe. So it says purpose: to celebrate picture books. They are for everyone, to enjoy the simple pleasures and appreciate the artistry of picture books, to explore something new or gain fresh perspectives on something familiar. So this is like the premise of the whole readathon, which I'm so excited for. In case you guys don't know, I help out in the library and specifically the children's section. So this is just like the perfect readathon for me, because I'm always in the bookshelves, and specifically the picture books actually. So I'm always looking in the boxes anyway. So when obviously this is just the perfect readathon for me. So it's been divided into 6 prompts. Shelley's got 3 prompts, and then Jack has 3 prompts. I will go through each prompt and each book that I've got picked for it. So first of all, we have Silly, which I have chosen If My Dad Were the Tooth Fairy by Mark Spearing and Matt Hunt. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, this is perfect for the Silly prompt, because I mean, it just looks amazing. I mean, personally, I think the dad looks amazing. Also, when I was peering through it, I believe at the end, like it's sort of set near Easter, so I think maybe the Easter Bunny may be in here as well, which is just lovely. So yeah, I don't want to look and know too much more than that. I've also, the next prompt is Funny, which is Hugo by Atinuke, illustrated by Birgitta Sif. And I think so Hugo, I'll read you what it says in the blurb for this. It says, Hugo the pigeon is a park warden. He loves looking after the park and helping all the people who visit. But there is somebody who will never come out to play. Will they ever make friends? So yeah, I am excited by this one, and the illustrations just look gorgeous. I'll show you. They just look really, really pretty. So yeah, very excited by that one. Then we've got, a lot of these books could work for a lot of each of the prompts, as you will see. Then we've got Pink, which I've chosen My Beautiful Voice, which is by Joseph Coelho and illustrated by Allison Colpoys. I've read another book by Joseph Coelho recently, at the beginning of this year, Lost in the Maze or something. I'll put the picture of whichever the name of the title of the book is on screen. I think that was a YA novel told in verse. So as soon as I saw Joseph Coelho's name, and also the cover of this is just gorgeous, as you can see. So yeah, this is for the pink prompt, because as you can see there's pink on here in various places. Yeah. And it says on the back, a moving poetic picture book about confidence and learning to express yourself. Sometimes all it takes is a special teacher to show us how to be brave and discover our own beautiful voice. So yeah, I'm very, very excited by this. And like I said, this would probably fit a few of the other prompts. Then we head to Jack's prompts, which are also brilliant. So I've chosen a non-fiction for this, which is Superheroes, Inspiring Stories of Secret Strength. And this is by Sophia, Thakur, and illustrated by Denzel Dakwa. And this is, so like I said, it's non-fiction, but it's got these amazing, massive illustrations in it, which hopefully will work. So yeah, I'm excited by this. And yeah, does what it says on the tin. And I think that's for the prompt of hope, which inspiring and hope, similar themes, I guess. Then we've got the colour of yellow, which I feel like this is yellow. Would you say that's yellow? This is Stories from Billabong by James Vance and Francis Firebrace. Francis Firebrace is an Aboriginal storyteller. So yeah, I'm very excited by this. This is sort of like based upon Aboriginal myths and stories retold. So it says, from the author of Walkabout comes 10 ancient legends from the Yorta Yorta people, one of Australia's Aboriginal tribes, and authentically and lovingly retold. So yeah, it's got like loads of little stories within this, and this will also count for the Indigenous Readathon I'm taking part in, as it comes under 100 pages. So I think it's under 200 pages, a book under 200 pages. So this works perfectly for that as well. I like combining readathons, obviously, always good. Then the last but not leastly, the last prompt of Jack's is Movement, and this is The Burpee Bears by Joe Wicks. Now Joe Wicks, if you're not from the UK, you might not know about him. Joe Wicks is most famous that in lockdown he created a series of like workout videos for the children, which was just amazing, and we all took part in it, and he was helping everyone get moving again. So obviously the Burpee Bears, this is what this is about. And also it's very, very colourful and gorgeous. I think also there's recipes at the back of it, which I'm equally excited by. So yeah, it's about a family of bears. So, I mean, honestly, isn't that just perfect? So there you go. Those are the books that I haul and the TBR that I've got for the wonderful Picture This Readathon. I will put links in the description for the announcements videos for both Transgirl April and also the Picture This Readathon, and also places where you can buy the wonderful Katie's book. So yeah, all of that will be in the description. Let me know, have you been buying books recently? If so, what have you been buying? What are you reading? Let's have a good old natter in the comments below as always. Take care and sending you guys lots of love. Goodbye.